Jangan lupa like page kami untuk video yang lebih menarik.
Trouble mounts for controversial Islamic preacher Zakir Naik in Malaysia. Zakir Naik's speeches have now been banned in Malaysia. Is the stage now set for stronger action against the controversial Islamic preacher Dr Zakir Naik? He's of course just issued an apology, but is a half-hearted apology, as many seem to indicate this is it enough? Joining me now on the broadcast is P. Ramasamy, the Deputy Chief Minister of the Penang Province of Malaysia. Mr. Ramasamy, welcome on India Today. We want to understand from you, sir, what is the Malaysian government planning to do to this controversial Islamic preacher, Dr. Zakir Naik?
Thank you very much, Gaurav. I think Zakir Naik has been banned from almost all the states in Malaysia, both Peninsular Malaysia as well as in the states of Sabah and Sarawak. And I think the police are still investigating the allegations against Zakir Naik. The allegations are that he questioned the loyalty of Hindus in Malaysia. He attacked them, saying that they are more loyal to the BJP or Modi government. And then he said that the Chinese in Malaysia should leave Malaysia first before he could leave. And I think this has actually angered the non-Muslim communities in Malaysia. And the government, which actually gave him a sanctuary in this country, he was given a permanent residency in 2015. And I think it's clear that he has overstayed his welcome. And
so
I think
what
the police
action, sir, what action will be taken against Zakir Naik? Because he says he's issued an apology and he says, listen to my speeches in entirety. What action is being contemplated against him?
No, exactly. I have been following his speeches very carefully, and he has not. His apology is a half-hearted apology, because in the apology he stated that others have misrepresented and misconstrued his speech, which was made in the state of Kelantan. So it's not a sincere apology, because I believe that he's trying to camouflage what he said in Kelantan. It is basically attacking the non-Muslims in Malaysia. Now, Dr. Mahathir Mohamad, the Prime Minister of Malaysia, was not keen to deport him to India, but now I think he feels that he has overstayed his welcome, and we do not know, apart from the ban in the various states, we do not know yet what will be the action the government will be taking against him. So I think they are not looking at him kindly, because I think he has went overboard in this country, and he has actually increased the tension between Muslims and non-Muslims in the country.
And sir, that's a very grave charge that's being leveled against this controversial Islamic preacher, Zakir Naik, that he's creating animosity between various communities, Muslim and non-Muslim, in Malaysia. Sir, is this man also accused of spreading terror? Is he also accused of money laundering? And what details can you give us on both the cases?
No, the charges of money laundering and supporting terrorist activities are charges coming from India. We are not sure that he has engaged in those things in Malaysia. We don't have evidence. But I think one thing is clear. I think Zakir Naik is not contributing to the peace and harmony of the various communities in Malaysia. And I have said before, he's a venom, he's a poison to Malaysia. And I think his apology was basically done when things were heating up against him. So I think we should not be fooled by apology, because this is not a well-meaning man. He's basically a theologian, a hate-monger. He engages in comparative religion, basically to lambast religions other than Islam. So we don't want him in this country, because as it is, we have so many problems in Malaysia. And now we don't want a person like Zakir Naik coming into the country and actually creating problems that I think we might even have difficulty in coping. So I think basically, we have more or less reached a conclusion. Either he goes voluntarily
Okay.
back to India, or he gets deported to India, or some other countries are willing to accept him, then he should go.
But are there some elements within your government, sir, who are still standing by Zakir Naik, and unfortunately perhaps because of religion and not because of his actions? So is there unanimity? Is the Mahathir Mohamad government on the same page on extraditing Zakir Naik from Malaysia?
No. I think because the very fact that he was able to given a sanctuary in Malaysia, because this was given by the last government, which lost the election last year. He was given a residentship, and today I don't think there's a consensus. I think there are within the government. I think there are people who feel that he's a good Muslim scholar, a scholar who engages in comparative religions. And for example, the opposition parties in this country, the United Malay National Organization and Party Islam Malaysia, they are seem to be going along with Zakir Naik. And today there was a statement from the leader of the party PAS, that is Party Islam Malaysia, saying that that Zakir Naik was given a permanent residency because it was an act of human right on Malaysia. It may be, but the point is you cannot use your PR status to actually come here and do your hate mongering, especially inciting the Muslims against the non-Muslims and vice versa.
Oh, absolutely. So is there chances or is there hope that Zakir Naik will be extradited to India to face charges against him, money laundering and supporting terror? He also stands accused in Bangladesh and in Sri Lanka of inciting youth to take to the path of terror, sir.
Yeah, I wish I could answer your question in certainty, but still I think the events are unfolding. We are not exactly sure what will be the stand of the Malaysian government, whether they're going to send him back to India or to face charges, not only in India and also in Bangladesh and so on. But I think the events are unfolding day by day, hour by hour. So I think it's very difficult for me to reach any conclusion. But whatever said and done, I think Zakir Naik is going to be a suspect in the eyes of the government.
Okay. So one of the charges against Zakir Naik, at least that's what I've been reading in the Malaysian press, is about misusing funds meant for charity for other purposes. Can you shed some more light, if at all, on how were funds allegedly meant for charity misused and for what purpose?
I can't really answer you because this is one of the allegations coming from the Indian authorities, that he misused his funds for charitable purposes in buying properties and so on. But I don't have any evidence because he has been here for 3 or 4 years in Malaysia. I don't have evidence, but there are allegations that I think he has given donations to certain religious bodies. This has not come out. These are allegations yet to be proven. So I think these things could be unraveled in the next few days or few months or 1 or 2 years. We are not very clear. I think what concerns Dr. Mahathir Mohamad is that while he can engage in giving his Islamic lectures, but he should not stride into areas that are forbidden to him. He cannot engage in politics, and he's just a PR. He's just a visitor. He should not abuse the welcome that Malaysia has given him. What he did in Kelantan was totally unexpected to him. I heard the video recording that he questioned the Hindus. The Hindus have been here for a few generations. The Hindus are loyal to Modi. The Tamils, the Hindus are predominantly Tamils. And in South India, Tamils are not really, they like Modi or something. They might respect the Prime Minister of India, but I don't think Tamils are very fond of North Indian parties. So I think then what happened is he overstepped his mark again. He said the Chinese came here, the Chinese are really few generation, and he told them they should leave the country and that he would follow behind. And this is totally uncalled for. a total abuse of the privilege that is accorded by the Malaysian government. And this is what actually turned the government against Zakir Naik. And I think his apology was basically half-hearted. It was is a kind of lukewarm apology, basically to mitigate the forces that were moving against him.
And that is unlikely to be bought. His apology is unlikely to be accepted because there are very strict guidelines that are now being issued to him. And hopefully, if things move forward, he could well be extradited to face the strong arm of the law, Mr. Ramasamy.
I certainly, I'm part of the national government, and I'm the deputy chief minister in Penang, and we in my party is a coalition in the national coalition. Now, I don't know what exactly the Malaysian government is going to do, but to me, my opinion is that Malaysia is inappropriate place for Zakir Naik. If he thinks that Muslims are oppressed in India, he should go back because India has the second largest Muslim population in the world after Indonesia. He should fight for the oppressed Muslims in India. He should face whatever that's coming to him. He should stand trial and he's just a coward running from one country to another. We don't expect a champion of Islam or champion of any religion to run away to escape the law. If he is truly a Muslim, he should face the Indian laws squarely and to show to Indian Muslims in India that he is the savior of the Indian Muslim. Don't run here and hide behind the back of the Malaysian government.
Fair enough. And he's also filed a case against you, if I've understood this correctly, a defamation case. How will you react to that, Mr. Ramasamy, as Deputy Chief Minister of the Penang Province and a member of the ruling coalition?
Yeah, he has filed police reports against me and 4 others. He has filed a police report against the Minister for Human Resources. He has filed a police report against a member of parliament, a state assemblyman, and a former ambassador. But strangely enough, there are Malay Muslims who have criticized him, but he has not extended the police report to them. I don't know why. Maybe there is a selective prosecution on the part of Zakir Naik. But whatever the case, I welcome I got the legal notice yesterday. They said that I've defamed him, and they were showing the things. I've written so many articles on Zakir Naik, but they pointed out one article where I question him that who is he to raise questions about the loyalty of Hindus in Malaysia.
Okay.
So I welcome this move. I hope I can see him in court. That is, if he's still around, because I think the evidence against him is overwhelming, and I'm prepared to meet him in the court because I just want to expose him as a fraud, a trickster, and a fugitive.
Fair enough. Dr. P. Ramasamy, Deputy Chief Minister of Penang Province in Malaysia. Many thanks for speaking to us here at India Today. We will continue to track developments on the story very closely. Chetty, as far as Malaysia is concerned, they virtually